Welcome to Empathy Workouts, standing together for emotional safety with our very own Megan Lee Joy as our featured speaker today. Let's give some snaps. All right, so today we're kicking off Mental Health Awareness Month, and we asked Megan Lee Joy, fresh out of magic school, to bring some of her gifts to this community and to really integrate like what she's learned, what she's like experiencing and loving in her heart from this investment of time and energy and growth, to bring that to the actually curious community. And I cannot wait. But before we dive in, as we always do, as we start off, we're gonna dive into the warm-up question, which is, what do you love most about yourself? You know, we put that beautiful song there with the question for a while, so I know you all had a moment to think about it. And with this being one of the lighter questions, it's a good place to give a try if you haven't done this before. So, all right, I'm gonna shut up. What do you love most about yourself? Any takers?
What I love most about myself is my ability to question, to be curious.
All right. I'm looking for some other people. I'm gonna lean in to the community. I see some smiles, some awkward smiles. People on the edge just need a little tip. All you got to do is come off mute and introduce yourself.
I'll go. Hi, everyone. I would say my ability to find humor in things, I think, is something I like. I spoke!
Woo! Everybody, give it up for Sonali, please.
Oh, thank you.
Woo! I feel so great. Thank you, Sonali. Wow. I have chills. All right, I'm gonna go, and then we'll take one more. My the thing I love most about myself, although right now I'm in the middle of a stretch with it, and it's kind of kicking my butt, is my vulnerability. I never knew it to be something that it's actually not something that I always leaned into, but these days I've been leaning into it a lot more, and there's a lot of growth on the other side of vulnerability. All right. So one more just to warm us up before we hand it off to Megan and Synead to wield their magic.
Hello, I'll go if that's okay. I really love my kindness, and I really love that, like, if I'm willing to do something for someone, it's always coming from such a genuine place. And yeah, that's what I love about me. Sorry, I'm so awkward.
Yes, Mason. Oh man, thank you for the bravery leading us off right off the bat. This is not an easy question to do in public with strangers, to love on yourself. Give yourselves a round of applause. Standing together for emotional safety is officially open, and I hand it off to Synead.
Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hello. Okay, Rebecca, I love that. I wish I had eyebrows to do that. I can't move my eyebrows. Happy Sunday. Thank you for joining us again on this wonderful, what I believe to be a warm New York day. Super excited for our question and answer, our interview portion with our favorite Megan Lee Joy. Yes. As you know, I always have questions. But Megan Lee Joy, I want us to get to know you better. We've gotten to know you over the last few months, just being in this space and in this community, but I think we'd love to know more of who you are. So I'm going to ask you my 4 W's. You can answer these for me. That'd be fantastic. Okay. 4 W's. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you do that impacts the empathy community? And why did you get involved in your spiritual journey?
Ooh. Who I am. I am a vulnerable, free, and inspirational leader. What? My name is also Megan Lee Joy. Joy is my last name, yes. It comes from the south of Ireland and somewhere in the UK as well, I have found. Where am I from? I grew up in the Bay Area in Northern California, fake Northern California, south of San Francisco, a small town called San Carlos. And then I moved to Los Altos Hills, which is closer to like Stanford University, if you know the Bay Area. Went to college in Oregon, hippie little Eugene, Oregon, and then came straight back down to California to move to Los Angeles. And I've been in Los Angeles for like 11 years, maybe 12 now. What are the other 2 questions, Sid?
Yes. Wow, I actually love that you pretty much stayed West Coast for most of.
I did.
That's kind of cool. I've also never really, I've been to the West Coast, but I want to get out there more, so I'm coming to visit you.
Ditto for East Coast.
Yeah. Okay, what do you do that impacts the empathy community?
Well, aside from supporting these empathy workouts, I would say creating conscious content. I like to think and aim that everything I create and offer and put out into the world is mindful and conscious in some way. So whether it's, stating some truths or supporting in tools that allow you to create your own truths, that's kind of the vibe. Social justice and just social commentary. So as long as it has a purpose, that is my aim, and sharing those stories and sharing my own story. So I believe all of those things create more honesty and authenticity and experience, not for myself necessarily, but even for others, just gaining more experience so you can create that empathy for all sorts of different experiences and humans and people. And
love that. My positivity producer over here.
Yes.
Okay, the other one was, how did you get involved in your spiritual journey? How did you even get to this point?
Yeah, so life had to get so shitty that there was really nothing else to do.
Okay.
Which honestly wasn't really that shitty, but I trauma compare. So I always tell people that we all have trauma.
That's true.
And it's all valid.
Absolutely.
So for me, it was a breakup and like late 20s, not being where you want to be in life. And my mom providing this beautiful opportunity of a workshop up in the Bay Area that was supposed to be around like money and finances. So, as someone in their late 20s, I was like, give me all of this information. I am in need.
Yes.
So got lots of cool Excel spreadsheets from it that I have not touched since, but it turned out to be far more of a human development, self-development experience that was really birthed out of the human potential movement of like the 60s and 70s. Oh, wow. So lots of cool exercises and journaling and questions and prompts and working with other people and just putting you in these spaces where you are forced to like bump up against anything you get to be bumped up against, so you can A, see it, and B, move through it. So that just kind of kick started me into this journey of getting to know myself, because I had always been in relationships. So I was just completely and utterly ignoring who I was and distracting myself on purpose because it felt easier, and taking care of other people. So once I finally shifted that to myself, I got really excited about figuring out like what's going on here. And I haven't stopped.
Oh, I love that. It's very motivating. Very motivating and very inspiring. I think, I'm also I feel like I'm coming right behind you in that sense, in that idea and that feeling. I feel like I'm also in that space of, what am I doing? What am I doing? Where am I going? I know where I kind of want to go, but at the same time, it's like this journey into figuring out who I really am, because like yourself, I was also invested in like relationships and didn't understand who I was. And so getting more opportunity to do that is so impactful, so commendable, and inspired by your own journey. And this journey has led you to magic school, which is what I want to ask you about even more so.
Yes.
You just graduated magic school. What was that like? What was that like, one? And then if you can give us like an idea or concept, something you've learned in magic school that you feel will change the world.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
So first off, Donna, yes, it is a lifelong journey. I call it a forever practice. So magic school, it's so funny because I'm the only person that calls it magic school.
I love that.
But the teacher was so inspired by that she just rebranded, and it's called the Modern School of Mystics.
Yes.
Which is like the cool version of saying magic school.
Yeah, I like it.
So it's this facilitation teacher training 9-month experience that I did. That was my quarantine. So once a weekend for like 8 hours a day, we learned a new healing modality. So we had like a sound healing module. We had a ceremony module that would touch on different ceremonies and different rituals from different areas of the world. We did a sweat lodge. We went into candle magic. We did Reiki. So it went all over the place. And so for me, it was so exciting because it sparked my just like creativity and not liking to do the same things over and over again. So to just be able to dabble and experience personally all these different healing modalities from, across time and space. I also got to learn how to facilitate and teach them. So it was just a double whammy of all of the things my like 13-year-old wanting to be a magical witch person in the forest wanted. As like an adult human. Oh, and goodness, the one thing that can support in changing the world, I think it's activating yourself and other people to do that. So regardless of what the content was, what I did or did not learn, it created connections and it created motivation and inspiration to do something, anything different, to share things, and to get excited. So it really was activating. So whether you go to a class or whether you read a book, it truly is just activating yourself in order to step into that new way of being, and in order to then do and change and live the life that you want. So I think that was the coolest part, is that it just like it activated me in ways that I wasn't expecting, and then it kept doing that. It was like peeling the onion back.
Oh,
All
love.
it's never, and again, it never ends. It's a lifelong onion peel with the tears.
Literally with the tears.
Yeah, yeah.
That's beautiful. I think I'm happy that you brought up a verb. You know, I love to ask verbs. So to activate, I think that's magical. Magical. I think it's beautiful. I think it's such a great opportunity to, you know, move things around you. Growth. Yes, Michael. Growth is one of the 6 human needs, and activating is literally inciting that growth. So
Mm.
awesome. You're like really inspiring me right now. Okay, I'm gonna ask you one more question, and you know, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. What are 3 of your favorite tips and or tricks that help you engage in being more mentally, not mentally sound, but finding peace in a space, as well as being a better member of, being a more authentic member of community?
All right.
Yeah, you used my word activate, and I had written that down. So I was like, I don't want to say activate again.
Synonyms.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thing that always comes to my mind is breath,
Mhm.
because it's the most accessible to us. So not only leaning into what's making you uncomfortable, but breathing through it. Because I know personally, when, even if I'm being stubborn, I know all of the tools that you can do. I can shake it off. I, do all sorts of things. But sometimes I will literally just not be there and be punishing myself for some reason or another. But the one thing that I can do, even when I'm being an ornery teenager, is breathe. And if you just take a deep breath through your nose and out your mouth intentionally, even three times, it will support your nervous system. I go for 10 times because it really, really does support. So my number one advice is to breathe, to take 10 deep breaths and intentional breaths. If you want to add some intention into the inhale, I'm inhaling gratitude, I'm exhaling hate, whatever it is for you, the next level of breath intentions. So that's for sure number one. Number two is, like I said, leaning into what's making you uncomfortable. Because if you don't address it, then it's just going to hang out around you. So really, truly, like if you're feeling the anxiety in your chest, if you're feeling it tighten, if you're feeling like claustrophobic and the world is coming in around you, again, starting with the breath, but asking yourself, what is making me feel this way? Why is this happening? How can I release this? What am I afraid of? Okay, I acknowledge that. I'm going to do what I can to support myself in that. How can I help myself in this moment? Let's do that and then move through it. But if you just know that you're anxious and you're feeling it and you don't address it, then you're just going to feel like that the rest of the time. And you might push it to the side and it might get a little smaller, but you're still going to feel it and you're still going to experience it. So just jump into it. Number two, jump into it. Number three, I need to rebuffer on the question so I can get more in
Yeah.
depth.
Question again, one more time. What are your 3 favorite tips or tricks that help you or the community engage in being a more active and authentic member of community while maintaining space for your mental health?
Okay, so I'm going to put 2 together because they're related and not at the same time. Smiling. I know it's a weird sexist thing, but it's a literal hack for your brain. So sorry. Smile more, babies. But in terms with that smiling is simply just feeling into your heart space. So to be connected more authentically with other people and within your own self, you get to speak from your truth. And that truth is not your mental space, that's your ego, that's asking all these questions of how can I say this the most unique? How can I be the best? How can I do this different than everyone else? You know, all of these questions that are just ingrained in our DNA. It's coming out of that and coming into our heart. And there's no logic behind it. It's just feeling into your body and what feels good and right to you. And speaking from that place. Because just knowing that when you are grounded, this is another thing I had to learn, to like literally ground my energy and my body into the earth and then speak from my heart. I immediately shifted into authenticity. And I didn't even know what people had to tell me. When I came into spaces and around people like really excited, really like totally jazzed and like full of joy and was like spouting wisdom and like saying hi to people, most people knew that that was authentic, but because it wasn't grounded, it came off flighty. It came off maybe manic. People were unsure if it was authentic. And so really grounding into the space that you're in and tapping into your heart space, what's true for you, whether it feels good or bad, and then just speaking from that place. And you won't be as nervous and it won't be as weird as it would be if you were just trying to please people and look cool. That's way more difficult.
It is, you know, it's like just speak to your truth, but it's hard because it's so scary. It's so scary because you are literally making space for yourself, and not everyone is going to be receptive of that, especially if you haven't been sort of creating that I don't want to say pattern, but that sort of behavior.
Yeah.
But you know, you got to take that risk, and
it gets easier.
It does with practice. It truly is a forever practice. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I want to absolutely take this opportunity, one, to say thank you because you're such a badass. Two, I want to take those 3 tips that you just gave, breathing in, leaning in, and then speaking to our authenticity. I think that would be a good segue to move into the sound bath.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's breathe in and lean in. Let's go.
All right, you guys, 1 sec.
So excited for this. You guys have no idea how stoked I am. I've been waiting for this all week. For like not even a week, months. Yes. And we cannot hear you as of yet.
That's because I was muted.
There you go. I'm looking at my space too. Hold up.
All right, you guys. Get comfy. Get comfy in your spot. If you want to lay down for a second, we're just going to do roughly like 5 minutes. Find your balance, find your center. And I want you to wiggle into your space. So just ground into that space, melt into it. And take a deep breath in through your nose with an intention. And out through your mouth. In through your nose again. And out through your mouth. And I want you to take that intention of yours, and I want you to feel it in your body. and that we are here for you. We are here with you. And that for everything you do not know, you know. I want you to drop into the surrender of not knowing. That void, that darkness. Allow it to be a neutral space. It's not good, it's not bad, it's just there. I don't know. I don't know can be filled with fear. It can be filled with anxiety. Or it can be filled with infinite possibilities. I don't know opens a whole entire world up for you. What could you do with that? Feeling into any spaces that are uncomfortable, leaning into them, honoring them, listening to them, loving them, so you can release them. You can feel freedom within your body. You can give yourself that gift. So feeling this freedom, I want you flying high in the sky. Nothing around you but the most perfect of clouds. The air is kissing your face. You feel it beneath your arms, your wings. You are supported. You are safe. You are ecstatic. And you are free. And in this final moment, listen. Listen to the messages your body, your heart, your mind, the universe has to give to you in this felt sense. And if nothing comes through, be grateful for the silence. Take this final moment to deeply inhale gratitude and exhale love. Continuing those deep intentional breaths to wake your body up and bring it back into this moment, into this space, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, and slowly but surely opening your eyes. And if you have any excess energy, feel free to breathe it out, move it out, hug it out. Oof. Beautiful, you guys. Honor all that energy moving in your body right now, and definitely drink some water. And with that, ooh, we got Sid burning something yummy over there. Yes. With that energy that we just created and moved around, we get to jump into our empathy workout. All right. So we are going to continue listening to our body, trusting it, trusting that intuition, and we are going to share that trust through expression, so through a little bit of movement. So we're gonna add a little layer to this empathy workout. So it's like feelings roulette. So we are going to have each round 3 volunteers like normal. Everyone participates by sharing their reactions in the chat, and I will pull a card and I will ask the question to one person of the 3. And that one person will immediately respond through movement. So in feelings roulette, we immediately responded with feelings, like I feel fear, or I feel tight in my chest, or I feel joyful and ecstatic, fireworks. So same idea, except we're gonna just react with movement. And you're gonna trust your intuition, you're gonna express how you're feeling physically from hearing that question, just immediately, no judgment, trusting, honoring your body and your soul. And after sharing your mindful movement for just a couple seconds, then you can answer the question, and then we'll rinse and repeat that, and then we will decide if we go up a level or down a level. So let's do it. Who's ready? 3 volunteers. I know it's so scary, but it's so yummy.
Well, I'm in growth mode, so even though I'm terrified, I support you, and this exercise let's go. But we need 2 more.
Come on, it's only gonna get harder after this round, you guys. So like, this is the round to jump in on.
I think Sophia is trying to put her hand up.
Sophia.
Yes, beautiful.
Or Pamela. All right, team. Sophia, Pamela, we got this.
All right. I believe in you all. Okay, so all right, beautiful. We'll ask Michael to go first.
I got my safety blanket on, so.
Perfect. All right, so Michael, your question is, what foods remind you of home?
Okay. May I go now? Okay. That's like the most vulnerable thing I think I've ever done in my life, publicly on camera. All right. Food. Curry goat. Curry goat with white rice and just like mad gravy, mad like curry gravy, like to like just smothering the rice. It's my mom's birthday at the end of the month, and I should definitely book a flight.
Take some of that gravy.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, and I am so hungry right now. So yummy. Thank you for sharing. Okay, Sophia, I'm going to give you a different question. All right. When do you feel most secure?
So,
Moving your body first. Yes.
Woo!
Feel into it.
Yeah, I got a movement. Okay. Where do I feel most secure? I feel secure in my bed, surrounded by pillows, extra blankets, and really warm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom agrees with you.
I can't think outside of that yet, but that's definitely my first place. Warm in bed, surrounded by pillows.
Yummy. Thank you for sharing that. All right, Mom. You're muted, so we're going to unmute you. Okay, your question is, what does singing make you feel? I'm going to go to sleep.
I catch myself singing or humming when I'm just very pleasantly happy. And that's a feeling I really like. So once I catch myself doing it, I just try and keep it going.
Yes. Oh, ditto. That's beautiful. All right, you guys, thank you so much for
Welcome, Mama Joy.
Yeah.
What a treat.
So good.
Thank you. Very fun.
All right, okay. Are we going up or are we going down a level? We're going up. Okay, Sid says we're going up. Don't worry, I picked like really lovely questions from the deck. We're not gonna do anything crazy. Are we going up or down? Give me thumbs up or thumbs down. All right, it's up. Love you guys. Okay, 3 more volunteers. What do we got? Look how yummy they all feel now. Don't you want that?
I'm gonna offer myself as tribute.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I'll do it as well, sure. Why not?
Thank you,
Yes,
Mason.
I'm Seren.
Yes, Seren. Okay, Qualms will get next round.
Up right now? UK link up? What's going on?
All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Sid. What are you willing to fight for and why?
Ah. Yeah. I like move my face in that way because I'm very passionate about. Like I'm feeling very warm in my body, and my hands are now sweating. I am willing to fight for. I'm willing to fight for humanity. I mean, at its literally, that's the best way I can say it. And when I say humanity, I guess I'll specify even more specific for Black women. For me, it's really, really, really important to take up space and to really allow not only myself, but people that look like me an opportunity to advance in life, whether that's emotionally, whether that's physically, whether that's economically. I feel very, very passionate about it, like to the point where like I'm activated um, in a very, how can I say, Martian way? I don't know, that's the best way I can say it. I feel very much like Aries, the god of war, when it's time for that stuff. So this is why I'm sweating, because I'm literally already ready to kick someone in the chest. The back of my knees right here are sweating, guys.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, that is what I'm passionate about.
Ooh, I want to see, I mean, not right this second, unless you just want to jump up and do it. But like, I want to see that passion in a dance. She's a dancer, otherwise I wouldn't have asked.
That's how I feel.
I love it. Love. Oh, thank you for sharing that with us. All right, Mason. Okay. So you're going to move in ways that this question makes you feel. Share one positive characteristic about each person in this group.
Just people in this group make me feel really warm and comfortable. And I feel really like I'm having a super hard time feeling vulnerable. And like I'm really nervous to do this. So yeah, I just feel like super in touch with everyone here and comfortable and safe, really. I feel like I'm being hugged by people virtually online and it's really nice. So yeah, thanks for that. I don't know if I've done a very good job of that, but
Perfect. Thank you, Mason. All right, Seren. Okay. Describe a person you have difficulty connecting with. Why do you think that is? So move the feeling through your body.
I know that we're supposed to move, but it makes me feel quite stiff. It makes me like stiffen up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's because it's the relationship with my mom. And while she's such an emotional person, she cries at everything, everything. But she has admitted herself that she doesn't express herself, her emotions or feelings towards people as well as, or as the way that she's able to cry and, watch something and it's sad and or listen to something and cry to a piece of music that's really beautiful. So I feel like stiffening up is kind of like it's making me think of like what's missing, like what was it? Was it maybe affection, like something physical that like doesn't, I don't know. And then perhaps also it's like vulnerability, like what was already brought up. So yeah.
I think that's great and beautiful and perfect. And just reiterates how much wisdom our bodies have. I mean, it immediately told you that. And that was great. Thank you for sharing. All right, you guys. Probably the last round. So, who wants to jump on this stretch train and grow a little bit?
What's up, Ivy?
Yes, Ivy.
Qualms is back.
Donna, awesome. Ivy. The question is that you get to respond to with your body. How do you love?
And I feel like I don't do that very well all the time. I don't know that I don't, I feel like I'm not given the opportunity to do that. I think that, and I've grown into not showing that a lot because it makes people uncomfortable. But that would be what I would do if I could.
Well, I loved it. It looked like the best. The best hug, the best loving on yourself. Ugh, it was inspiring. And I felt it. I felt it. So you did get to love on me in that moment. So thank you. Thank you. All right, Donna. Okay. Imagine yourself in the future. What will your greatest life accomplishment be?
Well, that made me dizzy. I think my greatest life accomplishment would just be to continue to be open and to feel like that I was very giving and loving to myself and to others. And if I made a positive difference for even one person, that would just be so elating. That's electrifying. That's all I really want.
Thank you for that, Donna. I felt that elation and I felt that electricity and that joy. Thank you for sharing that. Whew, you guys, oh, so much good stuff. Okay, qualms. Ooh, what makes you unique?
Kind of like Saren, that does make me like tense my shoulders a little bit, kind of puff my chest a bit, to allow myself to really feel what my value is. To answer the question, I guess it was funny because somebody referred to me as that yesterday, but I think my resourcefulness and my ability to sort of adapt to people is definitely what makes me unique. How quickly I can think on the spot and try to help people around me, and that drive, I think, is definitely something that I find value within myself.
Can I get a power pose from you?
Sure, let's get one.
Yeah. Thank you, Qualms. All right, you guys. Thank you for going there with me today. This was exciting. Throughout Mental Health Awareness Month, we are going to go within so we can go without. And it's going to be great. We're going to love on ourselves and open that up to the community around us. So I will throw it over to Michael for some announcements and for our intention for the week.
Megan Lee Joy, give it up for Megan Lee Joy. Let me get some snaps for this marvelous, powerful, creative, big-hearted human being. I'm so blessed to have you in my life and for us to have you as a leader in the Actually Curious community, week in and week out. Like this morning, one of my gratitudes was looking back at how long you've believed in this movement and just giving, just we're blessed. I can't wait for more of that. How y'all feel about some more sound bowls? All right, let's take it into the announcements. So as Megan Lee Joy teased, we're going deeper into helping to support our community here with tools, with loving safety and community. And next week, we're bringing up the talented Synead, who's bringing her mom to join us for Bring Your Inner Child to Empathy workout day. And we'll be experiencing some more multimodal work as we dive into empathy and motion. And yeah, I can't wait. The week after, on the 16th, we'll be joined by the CEO of A Sweat Life, Jenna Cohen, who is an entrepreneur. She's a wellness expert. She is an author. She's a former Obama campaign staffer, and has also invited me to join her for how are they calling it? It's pretty catchy. Take a mental health day. Take a mental health day. It's right there on the screen in front of me. There we go. Take a mental health day with the Sweat Life. So I'm excited to invite her to the community and to share her with you all. And finally, I've recently posted a really important article for me. We're leaning into stretches and looking those things that cause anxiety straight in the eye. And I have chosen to model that by sharing for the very first time in the way that I have about my struggles with addiction throughout my 20s and 30s that I'm very grateful to have moved through. And quite frankly, this movement and the tools that we introduce through this work helped me to do that. And I guess this is one other piece, which is really owning it. Owning that demon and letting it die. So I shared an article, which hopefully that'll be inspiration for anyone who is working through any sort of mental health conditions that you deserve and would like support and need some inspiration to make that jump to ask for it. Then hopefully this article helps serves that for you and for others in your community. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you for sending that IG love last night when I was in the beginning stages of the vulnerability hangover. Okay. And finally, our intention for the week, which is I am open to experiencing the magic within and around me, whatever that means for you. Let's go growth searching, healing searching, and unlock that magic that's within us. Thank you, Megan Lee Joy. Thank you, Sid. Thank you, all our brave participants, some new voices to the tapestry that is empathy workouts from start to finish. What a beautiful experience in stretching into our growth as empathetic leaders. I am blown away, and I can't wait to take this into the week. All right, y'all. See you next week. Sid, you're up.
I'm so excited.
And that's a wrap.